Welcome to live coverage of Tiger football on Republic Tiger Sports. It's the biggest game in Southwest Missouri on week one, and it's right here in Republic. Nixa and Republic. David Brazil alongside Rich Miles. And, Rich, this is going to be a fun one. They're packed in here like sardines. They're still coming in the road down off of ZZ, and I don't know where they're going to park all the cars, but it's going to be a crowded night in Republic.
Oh, yeah, there was anticipation at the beginning of the week that this was going to be a possible record crowd. Standing room only, you got people all around the fence. And if obviously you are watching this from your car on a phone or something like that, you've got a little bit of wait because, as you said, we're staring at ZZ, and there is a line of cars out on the road coming in. But as we'd mentioned, the weather could not be perfect for week one football. Usually week one football, you're talking about, heat index is close to 100 degrees. 2 years ago, they had to move the game back an hour because of the heat index, and you're looking at the upper 70s at kickoff. So great weather for a great game.
It does a little something when the temperature drops and it feels like football weather, and I think that's what's happened here. It's going to be an exciting night, and we're going to tell you all about it on the Heinz Street Pharmacy Repmo Football pregame show when we come back. After this timeout, you're watching Tiger football on Republic Tiger Sports. Kirk's Collision Center in Republic has been helping neighbors get back on the road with more than 20 years of experience behind the work. They're OEM certified, so repairs meet factory standards. And their team handles everything from collision and glass work to paintless dent repair. Even if your insurance company suggests another shop, you can always choose Kirk's, and every repair comes with a lifetime warranty. Learn more at kirkscollisioncenter.com.
This is Vanessa at Beauty and Wellness Co. At Beauty and Wellness, we are all about Retmo Spirit. And we're also about helping you optimize your internal wellness and enhance your external beauty. Whether you're looking to age gracefully or just looking for a boost of energy to help you refuel and recover, we are the place to go. Visit our spot at Highway 174 and Main Street. You can also find us on Facebook and Instagram at Beauty Plus Wellness CO or call us at 417-590-8200.
Go Tigers!
Looking for your next ride? Come see us at Pinnaker Chevrolet in Republic. Not only do we have a great selection of new Chevrolets on the lot, we've got a huge selection of pre-owned vehicles, all makes, all models, ready to drive home today. Need to sell or trade? We're buying cars, trucks, and SUVs, and we'll give you top dollar, no strings attached. Fair deals with local people you can trust. Let our family take care of yours at Pinnaker Chevrolet in Republic or online at PinnakerChevrolet.com.
It's important that there be a place that preserves and recognizes the history.
I think you come in here and you look at all these trophies. It shows you that there's been excellence in this community for generations. It's important for a community like Republic to have that.
Since 2014, Republic Animal Hospital has been caring for pets with a personal touch you'd expect from a hometown clinic.
You know people are friendly here. I think there's still those small town values here, and I like being part of the community.
From dogs and cats to pocket pets, Dr. Ferguson and her team provide compassionate care in a comfortable, expanded facility designed for both pets and their people. Republic Animal Hospital, caring for your pets because they're family. Welcome back, just in time for the presentation of colors as we get set to play the national anthem on a beautiful night to start the high school football season. We'll let you watch the pageantry of the pregame here.
Please remain standing to honor America as the Republic High School Tiger Point Marching Band leads us in our national anthem.
Great job by the Tiger Pride Band, and we're just a few minutes away from kickoff here as the Tigers will face Nixa. And every week on the pregame show before the game, we're going to talk keys to the game. Thanks to Tricia Phelps, eXp Realty. And Rich, your key tonight for the Tigers to have success?
Key is little to no turnovers. Nixa is a team that is so good that if you hand them the ball, they're going to make you pay for it. So going back to week 1 last year versus Nixa at their place, Republic had 2 costly turnovers, one early in the game that kind of set the tone. Republic got the ball early, fumbled it, Nixa got it, and was able to score a touchdown off of that turnover. So my keys to the game tonight is we got to have 0 turnovers versus a very good Nixa team.
Well, Tim, your headset is currently in the trash can after breaking irreparably while I was setting up. Tim's keys to the game were that got to win the turnover and onside kick battle. And I think that my key to the game will be avoiding penalties. Look back at the stats last year. Tigers gained about 280 yards against Nixa, but didn't score points because when you gain 4 yards at a time, a penalty of 5 yards will set you back quite a bit. They had 45 yards in penalties, and those came at rough times. And so that's something that they're going to have to watch out for tonight. Of course, Nixa, state runners-up last year, and they have added a couple of players, including Jaden McCaster, a running back, who transferred in from DeSmet. But they lost a lot. They lost Dylan Ribura, their running back. And so before the late transfer, I thought, well, Republic's got the experience edge. Not sure that the edge is there anymore, but Republic certainly has more experience than they did a year ago when they went to Nixa, I would say.
Yeah, last year, Republic was pretty young going into week 1. You had a lot of guys that didn't have a lot of Friday night experience, and but they still played well. It was a team that got down early in that game against Nixa, but never gave up. You kind of difference between good teams and average teams. Good teams, even when they're down, they're still playing hard every single play. And last year we saw that. We commented at the end of the game that even though Nixa got up early on Republic, it was a team that the players on both sides of the ball were still going out there and giving everything they had, and they were playing to the very end of the game like it was the first drive. So, as you said, experience is going to be one of the keys to the game. Is you've got guys that have Friday night underneath their belt. As you talked about in your interview with Coach the other day, Preston last year, he was new. He took him a couple weeks to be able to pick up the speed of the game, and now he has a full year underneath his belt, and I expect a lot out of Preston being the leader of the team. And talking about leaders on the defensive side, too, you have Caleb Norman. Caleb Norman's a kid that's been playing since he was a sophomore, and now he's a senior, and he's going to be the quarterback for the defense. So we got 2 great guys out there, McCracken on the offense and Norman on the defense, leading this Republic Tigers tonight.
But they've got a ton of options offensively. Speaking of the Tigers, you look at the running backs. They've got Hull, who ran for about 900 yards. They've got Claire, who ran for just under 500. And I did the thing that coaches always say: don't start naming guys because then you're going to forget. They've got Pelfrey, who's a solid option at running back. And then Brendan Overstreet, I expect him to have a pretty good year at wide receiver. And I think Coach Cornelson thinks that he will get a lot of opportunities to catch the ball. And then Jin Villasika, he's been a defensive player up to this year, but they've moved him into one of those running back slots, so I expect him to probably get some touches as well. And that should be it should be interesting to watch how that plays out. Players are down just coming into the tunnel, and they're going to play their video on the scoreboard. While they do that, we're going to take a quick break and be back with more after this on the Hines Street Pharmacy Retmo Football Pregame Show on Republic Tiger Sports. Running out of space? Keystone Storage on North Main and Republic keeps your valuables safe with fenced, gated access and 24-hour cameras. Rent a unit at our 24/7 kiosk or sign up online today. Next to Sweeney Elementary, KeystoneStorageMo.com.
Hines Street Pharmacy, care you trust. Friendly faces, prices neat. Feel better right down Hines Street.
Welcome back. The hype video is being played on the scoreboard. The Tigers are ready to emerge from the tunnel, and here they come. Onto the field, led by some of the ambush with the flags, and they are hyped up and ready to go, and both teams are going to be ready to play tonight. This is an exciting environment. I wouldn't say the place is, well, no, I would say the place is packed. You could fit more people in here. They're not sitting shoulder to shoulder all the way across, but the seats are filled, and they're packed in over on the other side, certainly. They're lining the fence, and it's pretty crowded in here. It compares to those semifinal, the semifinal game, the quarterfinal, and the Saturday quarterfinals that we played. And it will, it's going to be loud.
Yeah, and it's going to be loud, as you said, and I'm looking out here, the road leading out to ZZ, and there's still a stream of cars coming in. So if there are any spaces left in the bleachers, they're going to fill up by time those cars park and actually make it into the stadium.
That's true, because they're still coming in at 6:54. Good luck. They're going to be here maybe by the end of the first quarter, by the time they find a place to park. And, of course, one issue, it's not that big of an issue because there wasn't that much parking behind the high school, but a bunch of parking spaces behind the high school are not available because they are building the new kind of multi-purpose building back there. And because of that, you can't get around behind the building to park. And so, yeah, it's even tighter than usual. And if we just take a look and kind of pan over, you can see the cars having to park on the grass all the way out to ZZ. They're lined up on ZZ, and then there's cars coming in. And I don't know what they're thinking. What is the thought process when you come to the road, you see dozens of cars parked by the highway, and you think, there's probably still an empty one. If I just drive on up past all these cars, I'll probably find one right up front. Well, it's going to be interesting to see who gets off to a fast start, too. I think that one thing that happened last year is that Republic got behind early, and that is not conducive to the kind of game that Ryan Cornelson wants to play, where you grind it out. You don't really have to take chances. And if you look at the fourth down conversions, I think they only went for it on fourth down one time last year. And that's certainly not indicative of the way the Tigers usually like to play, but I think it was just part of being behind early.
Yeah, when you're down by a few scores by halftime, that obviously changes the entire game plan that you have coming in. And as you said, Coach Cornelson, his offense is try to score first, obviously, and just grind it out and eat up clock. The best way that you can keep the other team from scoring is never let them have the ball, because if you're doing 14, 15, 16, 17 play drives and eating up almost 3/4 of a quarter on one touchdown score, that's great. But as you said, Nixa, that changed the whole atmosphere. We had to essentially play from behind, and we had to score fast. And as you said, they probably punted more in week 1 last week versus Nixa than most of the season.
4 senior captains out there for the Tigers. They are number 32, Caleb Norman, number 68, Landon Harper, number 12, Preston McCracken, and number 34, Grayson Hart. And Hart's another guy who I think we're going to see a lot of defensively this year and is going to make a big impact. Seems like he is always flying all over the place, and it'll be fun to watch him and the rest of the defense play. I think, and I've read others say, and I think I agree, this is probably the best defense the Tigers have had in the 5 years under Ryan Cornelsen.
Yeah, there's a lot of returners from last year. We'd mentioned that it was kind of a young group. 2 years ago from that state, that team that played in the state championship graduated. That was a very senior-heavy class, so it was you had to obviously replenish. And a lot of these guys are out there, and this is year 2, and in some instances, year 3. You have a couple of guys out there like Norman who started certain games whenever he was a sophomore.
Well, as usual, I was paying attention to something else during the coin flip, so I'm not sure what happened during the coin flip. Tim, were you watching over there? So Republic won the coin toss, and they are receiving the ball. All right. There's going to be no deferment tonight.
They got the full black uniforms, the black on black, the black top with the black pants, with the white helmets. I like that look. I kind of like that monochromatic look there.
Number 23, Jackson Taylor. Number 19, Nolan Lashley. Along with number 6, Trenton Coleman. Back deep to receive the kick as the Tigers will get the ball first. Want to remind you or tell you, if you're not aware, that we're going to try and be posting live stats to the website. If you go to republictigersports.com, click the live button at the top of the page, you'll be able to hopefully follow along. And it's something new, so I'm asking everyone's grace if it doesn't go perfect, but it's worked in tests, so we'll see how that goes. All right, ball is on the tee, and we're just about ready to go here. And the ball is kicked into the end zone, a yard deep, and no return. Almost short of the goal line, but the Tigers get the touchback as Taylor makes the catch on it, and it is going to be starting at the 20-yard line for Republic.
Quarterback tonight for your Tigers, senior number 12, Preston McCracken.
Preston McCracken leads everybody up to the line. Blake Luna, the center this year. So this is his first varsity start. They give it to Hull. He runs off the right side, and he quickly gains 5 yards to start things off.
And that's one of another key, too. We talked about keys to the game is line of scrimmage. Whoever wins the battle line of scrimmage, and if we can get a push like that from our offensive line every single play, this is going to be a really rough night for this Nixa defense. We're having some play clock issues here. The referees are trying to...
Well, I can't really complain about clock issues because we were having clock issues on our end trying to get the clock to stay on the scoreboard, which is why we don't have a clock on the bottom of the scoreboard now. We've only got the score. So I'll try and mention the time left on the clock. They're going to have to actually run it down, I guess. They went back to 12, and now they're running it down. It's on 11:50, and Republic snapped the ball. I was watching the clock run down. I guess they I don't know what happened. Rich?
Well, the referees never gave the signal that
they weren't ready.
That
yeah,
we could snap the ball. So ball will snap, but referees never gave the signal that everything was okay. So now they're going to give the signal.
They called that a gain of 6 on first down, so it's 2nd down and 4, and they give it to Claire. He comes to the near side, pushes ahead, and he's near the first down marker, just short of the 30, and there's a flag coming in late. And we talked about both these teams being hyped up, and let's see what happens. It's a 3-yard run for Owen Claire.
Looks like it's going to be against Nixa. Yep.
So they're going to step off even more yards. Ball was on the 29, and they're going to march it out to the 44 after the personal foul. So a penalty of 15 yards against the Eagles, and we are ready, winning the penalty battle that we talked about. Up to the line again. McCracken is going to keep it. Off the read, has a big hole, pushes ahead to the 50, and he's pushed back, but he's out to midfield. That's a gain of 6, and the Tigers having no problems early, moving the ball against this much bigger Nixa squad.
Yeah, the Republic O-line right now to start this game definitely has got the momentum. They are just shoving this D-line back, and that's always tough for linebackers. If you've got your D linemen shoved back into your linebackers, you're creating a lot of chaos.
From the 50-yard line, it's 2nd down. And that time, Hull was hit right as he got to the line of scrimmage and driven back. Got back to the line of scrimmage, basically, so no gain for Isaiah Hull. And it's going to be 3rd down and 4. That's the first time that Republic hasn't gained pretty good yardage.
Yeah, and Nixa will kind of go back and forth. They'll show 4 D linemen. Sometimes they'll show 3 D linemen. Just kind of depends on what the down and distance is.
Big 3rd down and 4 play here, and Nixa jumped, but no whistle, and Republic calls a timeout. So it's one of those situations where they want to talk things over and thought, well, we'll try to draw them offside anyway. But while they talk things over, we're going to take a break. Back with more after this on Republic Tiger Sports.
I'm Robin McKee with your locally owned UPS store. We've raised our family in Republic, and we're here to help local businesses thrive with printing, shipping, and more. Visit us in the shopping center behind Commerce Bank, and let's succeed together at the UPS store.
Choose locally owned Central Gas Propane for unmatched service. They go the extra mile for your needs. Call 417-725-3833 or visit centralgasmo.com to switch and save today. Welcome back. 3rd and 4 for the Tigers at the 50-yard line. 10:24 left to go in the first quarter. And McCracken keeps it and lunges ahead. I think he's going to be about a half a yard short of the first down. He kind of wriggled his way through a hole.
Yeah, it's 4th and a foot, if that.
Yeah, he is right up to the line. The ball is just outside the 46-yard line of Nixa. And no doubt the Tigers will go for it here.
Yeah, we need a great push by this offensive line. No matter who gets the ball,
Trayton Gray.
They're going to have to rely on that O-line.
Trayton Gray and Aiden Schaefer check in for the Tigers. And they're stacked in tight. And McCracken's got it, and more, and down to the 43-yard line. That's the first down for the Tigers.
What a great statement to start the game off here. 4th and inches, and you go for it, and you easily get it.
Eagles 43-yard line, first and 10 Republic.
$9:30 left to go in the first quarter. And that is given to Hull, almost a face mask. They grabbed him kind of around the neck. And Hull got down to the 40-yard line. Boy, it didn't look like he gained very much at all. That's so typical of Republic. They look like, that's no gain, and then it's a gain of 3.
And part of it is, we've talked about it year after year, every ball carrier for Republic is always falling forward. They're never going back or hitting back. They may get, tackled, but they're constantly stretching out for that little bit of extra yardage.
Hall, Claire, and Gray are in there, and it's a read and a keep by McCracken, and he bounces off a guy and falls down inside the 35, near the first down again. 8.5 left to go in the first quarter.
And so far, I think we can say that the Republic offensive line is winning the battle up front, kind of pushing this much larger Nixa defense around.
And Isaiah Hull pushes his way ahead. He's got a first down by a couple of yards. Down to the 31-yard line. First down for the Tigers with 8:09 left to go in the first.
And what's great about this drive, too, is just eating time off the clock here.
Yeah.
Slowly, methodically, as we've said time and time again, moving it down the field. Don't have to get super fancy. As long as you pick up somewhere between 3 to 4 yards every single play, you're doing good.
They're in no hurry. And they've eaten up more than 4 minutes on this drive already. And McCracken will keep it. He bounces it to the outside, gets away from a man, slips away inside the 20, down to the 10, the 5, and pushed out of bounds at the 4-yard line. And the Tigers are in the red zone for the first time tonight.
And what's great is bounced it outside. Nixa was starting to cheat in a little bit. They're trying to, flood the box a little bit, put some more defenders in there, expecting it to be another run play because all the run plays were between the tackles, and they bounced it outside.
On first down, not much there for Isaiah Hull. So the first trip to the red zone on the first drive of the game for the Tigers.
Govan, Claire, and Villasica checked in.
Second and goal from the 5-yard line, and we've got a timeout called by the official for some reason.
Nixa D. Lyman was tying his shoelace.
Aha. They give it to Claire, and he's in! Touchdown, Tigers! Oh, and Claire goes in from 5 yards out. And Republic takes a 6-0 lead on the 12th play of the drive. 12 plays and 80 yards, and the Tigers break on top, 6-0.
What a great drive that was. Opening statement there. You essentially didn't have any. I think we had one negative play. Other than that, everything was positive plays. The offensive line did a great job up front, creating running lanes for the multiple ball carriers there on that drive. 12 plays eats up a lot of time there. And again, some of the best offense and defense is whenever you are able to keep the ball out of the opponent's hand there. And it wasn't a quick, 3 and out and a punt away and giving it back. And extra point is up and good.
Elijah Perry boots it through. Oh, no.
Oh, it was
they
not
waved it
good.
off. It was not good. So 6-0. Tigers as Perry misses the extra point. But the Tigers have a 6-0 lead. We'll take a break and be back with more after this on Republic Tiger Sports. Republic is more than a market, it's home. And for 20 years, Tricia Phelps has built her career helping neighbors find theirs. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing, Tricia brings the experience of a builder, the insight of an investor, and the heart of a community member. Everyone deserves a dream home. Let the Tricia Phelps team with eXp Realty help you find yours.
From Tiger fans to your business team, from booster fundraising to your youth league, Jennifer at Teamwear Solutions has been making Republic teams look great and raise money for years. Whatever your team, whatever your cause, she's ready. Team Wear Solutions, Tiger proven, team ready.
See if the Tigers decide to kick it deep, or if Peary tries a little onside action. He's going to onside it, and it's a loose, and who's got it? The Tigers have it. Well, we've got an official shaking his head. I can't tell. Have they signaled for sure? We may need to watch the replay here. I think they may say that it was short of where it needed to be before it was touched, but Ryan Cornelson wants an explanation. The ball is on the 49 of Republic. Yeah, they're going to say that a Tiger player touched it too soon. I'm not sure about that. I thought a Nixa player might have touched it before he did.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you.
They're going to put it on the 50.
Wow.
So the Eagles get their first crack at it, and they give it to Jaden McCaster. Nope, they did. Who'd they give it to? Yeah, they did give it to McCaster, and he goes nowhere. So Jaden McCaster, welcome to Southwest Missouri. He got wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. And it's second down and 10.
Nixa pretty much does three basic plays. They'll do counter, power, and zone. That's pretty much the only three plays that they have as their bread and butter. They'll do some other things too, but they get a heavy dose of those three.
Turn around and hand to McCaster, and he's hitting the backfield. Taken down by Ethan Montiel, and Montiel, number 22, came up and stuck him.
Yeah, he was in the backfield almost as soon as the running back got the ball.
And it's third down and 14 for Nixa. What a start for the Republic defense. And now Nixa has three wide receivers to the right side. They're going to go deep. And it's well short, and they throw a flag. Pass was intended for Randy Flint. And there was movement around the time the ball was snapped that might have been a little bit early. And now the penalty is going to give Nixa new life.
Yeah, I don't agree with that penalty at all. There's no hindering of the receiver running his route. In fact, the receiver actually slowed down. Wow.
So that takes it to the 39. And there's a costly penalty against Republic. Boy, so close to forcing a 3-and-out. Instead, Nixa still on the move with 5:33 left to go in the first quarter. Man goes in motion. They hand it to McCaster, and he got through the first hole, slipped another tackle, and he's off to the races. And he goes for the touchdown. So McCaster, after being hit a couple of times in the backfield or at the line of scrimmage, breaks one loose, and Nixa has tied it up at 6 apiece. And they'll try the extra point. Now that makes the penalty even more frustrating.
Yeah, I was going to comment, but I didn't want to harp on it.
And this extra point is through, and it's 7-6 Nixa. So the Eagles answer with 5:24 left to go in the first quarter. And a flag came in there late. McCaster now 3 carries, 35 yards. More than 35 on that last touchdown run, as he ran for 39 yards into the end zone.
I think the penalty is going to go against Nixa.
Yeah, another personal foul. And it's against Nixa. So the second personal foul of the night against the Eagles. And while they mark it off, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back to see how Republic responds after this timeout on Republic Tiger Sports.
For more than 50 years, Southern Sun Electric has been helping to build Republic and the Ozarks. For dependable commercial and industrial construction and service, choose Southern Sun Electric, a longtime supporter of Republic students. Find them online at southernsunelectric.com.
Welcome back. Well, Tigers marched it down in Tiger fashion. Took a bunch of plays to do it. And then Nixa answered in Nixa fashion. Didn't take very many plays to do it. But there were bright spots in both of those first two drives. And specifically, I think there's a big bright spot for the defense in the way they played against the Eagles on that first drive, other than the big play. The penalty has Nixa kicking off from its own 25-yard line. And Nolan Lashley goes back, fields it on one hop at the 9-yard line, jogs forward, tries to see where he's going. There comes a flag. There comes another flag. He's brought down at about the 26, but I think that penalty is going to mark it back. And the official's not afraid to throw the yellow laundry tonight.
I think there is I think technically there's a third flag. If a referee throws two, he throws his hat as his second.
Oh, yeah, and there is a hatless gentleman in stripes on the field.
So I think technically there are 3 total flags. I know there tends to be more penalties in week 1, but both teams.
All right. First one's a block in the back, then a face mask against Nixa.
Wow.
So only 2 penalties, and they're just going to re-kick it. So
let's pretend like it never happened.
Yeah. 5:15 left to go in the first quarter, and Nixa on top 7-6. Boy, back to that defensive play in the first drive that Nixa had. I thought Republic looked outstanding and certainly not intimidated.
Exactly right. And the energy, too. They were just high-fiving each other and jumping up and popping around. And I like it. You definitely feel the energy was flowing on this side of the field. We'll see if our guys do a little bit better job at returning the ball here.
Kicker is number 37, Jonah Fields, a junior. And he'll kick it from the 25-yard line again. Again, it goes to Lashley. Nope. That time it was Taylor who took it. And he is brought down at about the 36-yard line. So good return by Taylor and good field position for Republic with 5:10 left to go in the first quarter. And they'll start the drive at the 36.
Again, the offensive line for Republic wins the battle up front like they did that first drive. I see this being another touchdown drive here. Might go into the second quarter by the time we get in the end zone.
Yeah, no way the Tigers score again in the first quarter, right? Even if they hang on to the ball. And Hull is wrapped up again. They have done a good job on Hull here early. And, of course, he would get a lot of the attention in the offseason because he gained more yards than anybody who was back, a gain of only 1. Number 8, Brennan Overstreet checks in for the Tigers. Overstreet, mentioned in the pregame, I expect him to be a target of Preston McCracken. Blake Luna up to the line. 4-man front for Nixa. And he hands it to Claire. And almost looked like he wanted to take it back out, but Claire had a hold of it. And maybe some miscommunication, or just McCracken didn't get it back out of Claire's belly soon enough. And so that's no gain, maybe a loss of 1 or 2. Nope, not a loss. Actually gained a half a yard. I was looking at the sticks wrong. So third down and a short 9 or a long 8. Chance Gimlin, Landon Harper. And a keeper for McCracken. Gets away from a man, still on his feet, and then pushed down. And now we've got a crowd of defenders around McCracken and no flag.
I don't get that either. The play was obviously over with. And as McCracken's trying to get up, you have some Nixa defenders kind of knock him back down to the ground.
Yeah,
That was more egregious than the
that's kind of what I thought.
Than the pass interference that we got.
4th and 5, the Tigers are going to go for it here with 3:08 left to go in the first quarter. And this is a big play. At least they're going to line up as if they're going to go for it. Claire goes in motion. I think they're going to call timeout. Well, they ended up snapping it, but Cornelson called the timeout just before that. So second time out of the half with 2:54 remaining. And while the Tigers talk things over, we'll take a quick break. Back with more after this.
My friend Lori Casagrande sets the scene with style buyers can't resist.
And my friend Elizabeth Gold sets the price and protects your profit.
They fall in love.
You cash the check.
Curb appeal. Close the deal.
State Farm Insurance is there anytime, anywhere you need it with helpful advice and award-winning service. In Republic, call Chris Yoakum at 732-1463 or go online at chrisyoakum.com and get to a better state. So a big 4th down and 5. Hull and Claire in the backfield. They play action and throw it short, and it's picked off. Picked off by number 21, Jaden Russell, and he's tackled inside the 45-yard line. Well, that's not a killer. I mean, they were going for it. It's like a short punt. But McCracken just sort of short-armed it, I thought.
That play just didn't start off well from the get-go. You still had a couple of offensive linemen on the left-hand side that were still in their stance when the ball was snapped. So
yeah,
there was a little bit of confusion maybe on the snap count or exactly what the play was. But it just wasn't good from the get-go.
So time for the defense to step up. 2 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Man goes in motion, and McKnight pitches it to McCaster, who gets around one man, and he's going to go again for another touchdown. That time he was barely touched, and a couple of guys ended up on their backs as they were blocked on the way through, and a quick touchdown by Jaden McCaster. And with 2:34 remaining in the first quarter, Nixa has made it 13-6.
That was just a quick option play. Nixa tried to run it between the tackles, and Republic's defense shut it down. And that time I think they were just testing out the outside, and obviously they won that time.
Kick was not very high, but it got through. And with 2:34 left, Nixa makes it 14-6. An 8-point lead now, as Republic scored first but missed the extra point. And so they'll need a 2-point conversion to draw back even at some point. And hopefully they can do that on their next drive. We're going to take one quick break and be back with more after this on Republic Tiger Sports. Huey Magoo's is almost open in Republic, just over a mile from the stadium. The filet mignon of chicken is coming soon, and with it, Republic Tiger Sports post-game parties after home football games this season. Huey Magoo's opening soon.
Your offensive line protects the quarterback, and I protect you from confusing Medicare options. I'm Wade Hobbs with Hobbs Insurance Group. Open enrollment starts October 15th. Don't get sacked by the December 7th enrollment deadline. You can find me on Facebook or call 417-425-3937. Go Tigers.
Welcome back. And we've got a fast fact for you. It has not gone well in this series for the Tigers. 14-28 all-time Republic against Nixa. And their last win against Nixa was a couple of years ago, 3 years ago now, in overtime. That was that thriller in overtime at Nixa by 1 point. And want to thank Rapid Ship Republic for sponsoring our Fast Facts all season long. And there's a good return out past the 25 to about the 28-yard line by Jackson Taylor.
Jackson did a good job of following his blocks. He had some really good blocks out there. There's a deep ball, getting it out there close to 30-yard line against a very quick Nixa kickoff team's pretty good.
.227 left to go in the first quarter, and Preston McCracken keeps it, zigzags his way out past the 30 to about the 35-yard line.
And that was a good run right there off the left-hand side. It didn't look like there's going to be much running room there, and then all of a sudden you had right between the guard and the tackle there, a great running lane opened up, and McCracken did a great job of just kind of being a little patient there and allowing the blocks to form in front of him. He was able to pick up almost 6 yards.
Hand off to Hall, and that time he moves the line. I think he's got the first down out to about the 38-yard line. The sun has reached the area where it's kind of hard to see from up here. Probably easier actually to see on the camera than it is to see with the naked eye with the sun above the stadium. It's close to setting, and we get some beautiful sunsets here, but the last few minutes before sunset can be a little bit of a challenge. Down to a minute and a half left in the first quarter, and McCracken has him up to the line and hands it off to Pelfrey, and he is hit and driven back. Got to the line of scrimmage, maybe picked up a yard, but Matthew Pelfrey didn't have much room to run there. Wilson makes the stop for Nixa. Jaden McCaster, 101 rushing yards already.
Yeah, in what, off of 3 running plays?
Well,
4?
4, but 2 of them were 0 or negative, so really off of 2. And there's a pitch after the fake handoff. They pitched it to Jin Villasica. That's his first carry. And he paid the price and was hit hard. Gained a couple. That's, I think, the first carry of Jin at the varsity level for Jin Villasica.
Yeah, number 13, Wyatt Mabe for Nixa. No one came out to block him, so he was just sitting there waiting for Villasica.
Down to 18 seconds left in the quarter. Tigers do need to snap it one more time. Claire goes in motion, and a keeper for McCracken rolls and spins and is down at the 45-yard line. Nix has done a little better job on this drive and the last of slowing down that Tiger offense. 4th and 7. Not 4th and 7. It'll be 4th and 3 coming up. They hadn't changed the scoreboard yet. But that's the end of the first quarter. We're going to take a break and be back with the second quarter after this. You're watching Tiger Football on Republic Tiger Sports. Any day is a great day to send flowers. Heaven Sent Flowers and Gifts has been your local florist in Republic since 1987, offering free local delivery. Call them at 732-1334 or go online to heavenssentflowers.com.
Are you looking for a place where love leads the way? At First Christian Church, we're about two things, loving God and loving others. No perfect people here, just a community of real folks walking through life together with grace, faith, and hope. Whether you're new to church or need a fresh start, you'll find a place to belong at First Christian Church of Republic, republicchristian.org.
Welcome back. 4th and 3 coming up for the Tigers. Last time they had a 4th down, they went for it and did not make it. Ball on the 45-yard line of Republic as they move to the other side, and McCracken is hit. The ball's loose. The whistle was blowing. It's not going to be a first down either way. I think it's a fumble. But they're going to call it turnover on downs. I heard a whistle, so I don't know if they're going to officially call that a fumble or not, but the ball was certainly loose.
It was. I didn't see a Nixa player come up with the ball, so that may tell us that.
I thought I did see a Nixa player get the ball, but I thought I heard the whistle blow before he was down, too. So I'm not sure. I don't know. Either way, it's a turnover, and Nixa's back out there with 11:52 left to go in the first quarter. That big line, especially the right side. Tigers are outsized. McKnight, McCaster, and now in motion goes Carter Mabe and a whistle. And they're going to...
telling the Nixa receiver to get his mouthpiece in.
So he'll run back, get in position. Let's see if he goes in motion again. There he goes. On first down, play action. They fake the handoff to McCaster. They throw it long, and it's going to be incomplete, thrown out of bounds. And that's the first incomplete pass that counts against Nixa tonight. That one well overthrown. Neither team's completed a pass, I don't think, right?
No. No one has completed a pass. McKnight, he had 3 Republic defenders in his face, so he just chucked it.
From the 47, again, a man in motion. This time they do hand it to McCaster. He comes to the near side, got a big hole, and Govan brings him down. Govan was the last one there to have a chance to get him, and he grabbed him and held on, but that's the first down for Jaden McCaster.
Yeah, Govan saved a touchdown. They're starting to realize really quickly that the running back for Nixa is McCaster. He's not going to be a running back that you can take down up high. You're going to have to wrap his legs up.
First and 10, 11:20 left to go in the second quarter. And multiple men in motion at different times. And McKnight keeps it, and he gains a couple of yards down to the 25-yard line. So far, you can see 101 total yards for Nixa, 90 for Republic. But Nixa had the short field, and they've not completed this current possession. And those yards belong to Jaden McCaster. McKnight in the shotgun. Hands it to McCaster. And good block to seal off the outside, but Govan comes up and handles McCaster. And that's a couple of Division I caliber athletes going at it, and Govan and Jaden McCaster. McCaster going to play college ball. And Govan getting some looks as well.
The issue is with that, though, is Govan's doing a great job, but you never want your corners or your free safeties making the tackle on a run play, because if they're the ones making the tackle, that means the running back has gained some big yardage.
Yeah, I mean, he came up, and I wouldn't be surprised if they have told him to cheat up at this point with the way McCaster has been running over the defense. A whistle and timeout called by the Eagles with 9:44 left in the first half. It's 14-6. Nixa on top. We'll take a break. Back with more after this on Republic Tiger Sports.
Eris Pizza brings a slice of history to your table. Since 1961, their blend of handcrafted dough, rich sauces, and a variety of fresh toppings cooked in an authentic brick oven offers a unique dining experience. Explore their menu at erispizza417.com or drop into the Wildwood Plaza on Highway 60.
Already ready to go again. 3rd down and 4. Big play here. 2 down territory for Nixa, I would imagine, but big play. And speaking of big, they pull out Cantwell and put him over there as a tight end, and he clears the way over there on the right side. And McCaster gets to the edge and gets out of bounds just beyond the first down marker. Interesting that they pulled Cantwell out around to the right end of the line and then used him to seal off for McCaster. Trenton Coleman checks back in for Mason Whitworth. Oh, they did stop him short. I thought he was past the marker, but I guess the guy holding the marker had vacated, so wasn't exactly where he's trying not to get run over. So a huge 4th and 1. The Tigers could get a big stop here. And McCaster has it. Not by much, but he got it by about a yard. I would say the Tigers. Well, go ahead.
I think that was Nolan Lashley that came in to make the tackle. He came flying in off the edge. Great job. The running back was literally running opposite of him, and he made the tackle from behind. So it was, even though they got the first down, but what great effort there by Lashley.
9:19 left in the second quarter, and Nixa on top, 14-6. McKnight's going to throw it. Wobbly, but it was caught. Big hit made by Gavin Lawhon. First time we've called his name tonight. Number 21 came up and made the stop. Pass was complete to Owen Locke, the senior wide receiver for Nixa.
As a slant route by the Nixa receiver, and he caught it for 8 yards, but definitely Lawhon going to make him remember that. If they do that slant pass again, he might have alligator arms next time, knowing that Lawhon or some other Republic defenders are going to come up and just drop him.
Gain of about 9. Man goes in motion. Snap is low, and McKnight got rid of it. It's complete, and it's going to be a gain of maybe 1, but it was sniffed out by Alex Johnson, who came up and made the hit. Boy, good presence of mind by McKnight to get rid of that. He was about to go down, and he got rid of it. It was a forward pass, so it goes as a completion.
Alex Johnson, great job. I mean, the speed to close in on the running back and then finish the tackle, too.
3rd down and 1. 7:40 left in the first half. Handoff to McCaster, and he's got the first down inside the 5, down to the 4. McCaster right through the middle. Govan makes the stop.
I'm kind of noticing the Republic D-line. They're doing a great job of just kind of creating a pile. They're going low on the Nixa offensive line. It's really hard for any ball carrier to be able to get any yardage if there's no running lanes, kind of forcing them to go outside of the tackles.
1st and goal from the 4-yard line. And that time, nowhere to go as Lashley got into the backfield and made the tackle.
And that kid's got a motor. He's flying around.
Yeah.
And Do we have him down as just a sophomore? You
Yeah,
got a sophomore out there flying around there like it's like he's played on Friday nights several times before.
And I was impressed with him during baseball season. And there's a low snap again. McKnight picked it up, got to the edge, reaches in, touchdown, Nixa. That's just a good play by McKnight. Ball was down around his ankles. He managed to gather it in and then just outraced the defense to the end zone, and Nixa makes it 20-6.
That's what makes McKnight one of the better quarterbacks in the area up there with Preston, is just the fact that, even in a busted play, you still make a positive out of a play that could, go so wrong.
And the extra point is good. 6:32 left to go in the first half. And Nixa has stretched its lead to 21-6. We're going to take a break and be back with more after this. You're watching Tiger Football on Republic Tiger Sports.
Buying or selling a home isn't just about the sign of the yard, it's about decisions, big ones. That's why the Tricia Phelps team approaches real estate like advisors, not salespeople. From fast-track financing to investment strategy, Tricia helps you make the right move with confidence, because longevity in this business is no accident. Call Tricia Phelps' team with eXp Realty to learn more.
We're not on, right?
Welcome back. We are on, in fact. Rich timed it perfectly.
Usually I get a thumbs up or something, and I didn't know.
Well, I didn't know. I've not
That's
running
awesome.
it, so I
That's
wasn't sure if
awesome.
we were back or not. 6:32 left to go in the second quarter. Hopefully the Tigers will be back and get some points on the board to answer Nixa. Wobbly kick taken at the 5-yard line by Jackson Taylor to the 20. Still on his feet, pushing ahead to the 25. Good return by Jackson Taylor. And Nolan Lashley gets tangled up away from the ball with Max Nickel.
What I like there about Taylor.
And there comes a flag.
Oh, yeah.
Came in late, and I think it's going to be another personal foul on Nixa.
I think so. There's a lot of jawing going on. They're marking it off. But going back to Taylor being the one that returned the ball there, he did a great job not only, getting the most yards he could, but you had several Nixa players that were literally trying to rip that ball out. And he had two hands on it. He was covering the football. He knew that there's going to be some Nixa guys that were trying to punch the ball out there, and he did a great job of not allowing a turnover there.
One thing I love about Republic is you get guys coming back to watch the games. And I see a lot of that out in the crowd underneath the press box here. 6:24 left. And a handoff to Hull. He sidesteps one man and takes it out near the 45-yard line, a gain of about 5. Right in front of us down there, I see Cannon Ellison and Mason Fleetwood. I see Clinton Smith over there. And I'm sure there are others that I don't recognize from the backs of their heads. 2nd and 5. Under 6 minutes to go in the first half now. And the handoff to Villasika, and he's got room. Still on his feet and stumbles backward down to the 47-yard line of Nixa. Good run by Villasika.
Left side of the O-line for Republic tonight has really done a good job of sealing things off there and picking up some blocks. It kind of seems like some of the bigger yardage plays in this first half have gone off the left side there. Villasika, good job of always like seeing ball carriers squeezing that ball close to the body. Never like to see a ball carrier, having the ball way out there where it can easily slip out or get knocked out. So great job, Villasika.
1st and 10 on the 47-yard line. McCracken's going to keep it. Had to bounce it and picked up a yard, maybe a yard and a half. Almost 2, depending on the spot. That was a lot of work for 2 yards.
That's why football's a tough game, David. Oh. Do a lot of work for only 2 yards.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Never really thought about it that way.
Well, now you have.
Second down and 8, 4:51 left to go at the second quarter.
We're going to have to hurry. The play clock is down to 4.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to get a timeout either. Yep, they got a timeout. I wasn't sure if anybody on the bench noticed, but they called a timeout to avoid the penalty. 4:33 left to go in the half. Tigers on the move. We'll take a break. Back with more after this on Republic Tiger Sports.
It's important that there be a place that preserves and recognizes the history.
I think you come in here and you look at all these trophies. It shows you that there's been excellence in this community for generations. It's important for a community like Republic to have that.
Today is the day. Let's build a lasting home for telling Republic's most important stories. As a community whose past, present, and future we can all celebrate together.
Second down and 8 as we return. Tigers trailing 21-6. A touchdown here right before the half would be big to get them within a possession. Nixa will get the ball first to start the second half, so they definitely could use the touchdown here to make it a little closer. Play action pass. McCracken slips away from a couple of men, tries to get forward, and he does make something out of it. Not much, but he was under pressure that whole time and ended up gaining a yard.
Shows the athletic ability there of McCracken.
Yeah.
Again, I mean, he's way behind the line of scrimmage there. What looked like was possibly going to be a sack, and he's able to kind of spin out of a couple of tackles there and actually get some positive yardage out of a play that looked like it was doomed from the beginning.
If you thought he worked hard, that was hard work for the 2 yards on the play before. That was even harder work, and it was only 1 yard. Under 4 minutes.
You're learning.
Third down and 7. And McCracken is snowed under. He kept it, and there was nowhere for him to go. So it's going to be 4th and long coming up for the Tigers with 3:35 left to go and the clock ticking. Nixa hoping to get a stop, and doesn't take them long to score, so certainly that would be a possibility if the Tigers can't keep this drive going.
Well, obviously the punt team didn't go out there. You had, I think, Govan definitely checked in, and I did not get a second number.
Now Braxton Lundberg is out there at tight end. They sent him back out. They are going to throw. And up top, and there was a little contact, but not enough to draw the flag. And it was intended for Gavin Law. No, that's... Yeah, it was intended for...
Yeah, it's Gavin Lawhon. He is
Gavin
out there,
Lawhon.
receiver. And, man, the Nixa defender was making contact with Lawhon as he was running his route. So a little confused on why we got called for something a lot less. No flag gets called there. But anyways, I digress.
So 1st and 10 on the 44-yard line for Nixa on their own 44. And they'll try to add on to their lead. Quick pass out into the flat is incomplete. Too far wide. It was intended for Owen Locke.
Caleb Norman came untouched and just leveled McKnight just as he threw that. So I'm pretty sure that is one of the reasons why that ball was thrown where the receiver couldn't get it. He holds on to that for a half second longer, and Norman gets his first sack of the year.
Yeah. Jackson Taylor was on the coverage over there. 2:59 left. Clock is stopped after the incomplete pass. And the ball is fumbled right to McCaster, and he's hit immediately. And Lowland Lashley's helmet comes off.
Man, this sophomore kid is all over the place. He's just running around, and yeah, that was a bad snap, but holy cow. He breaks through the guy that's trying to block him and almost gets the fumble.
And that is a bad break for Republic, though. That could have easily been picked up and returned for a touchdown. Instead, it's just a bad play from scrimmage for Nixa. It does bring up 3rd and 17, though. I mean, the ball popped right out of McKnight's hands, right to McCaster. And we've got a whistle and I think a timeout called by Nixa. Yeah, 2:08 left to go in the second quarter. And it is a timeout called by the Eagles, so we're going to take a quick break. Back with more after this on Choose locally owned Central Gas Propane for unmatched service. They go the extra mile for your needs. Call 417-725-3833 or visit centralgasmo.com to switch and save. Welcome back. 3rd and 17 coming up for Nixa. 2:08 left to go in the half. Tigers really need to hold them off the board to stay in the game. They bring the house, they throw it to McCaster, and there is nobody there, and there's a penalty on Cantwell. And McCaster just stepped out of bounds knowing.
Yeah. I don't know who the Republic defender was, but Cantwell just literally tackled him. You can't do that. You can block someone to the ground, but you can't tackle someone to the ground.
I think it's interesting that McCaster just stopped running. Like, I don't know if he knew, if he saw the penalty happen, or if there was an official down there who said, this isn't going to matter, or what. But I haven't ever really seen that before, where the runner just stopped running.
Well, that tells you how bad the penalty was, is even when you have a running back that goes, that's obviously going to be a flag, and I'm just going to save my energy and slow things down and go back to the huddle.
So now it's 3rd down and 27 from the 27. So they've got to get to the 46 of Republic. But you can't let down if you're Republic, because they've got so many big play guys that they could just as easily score from here as from anywhere on the field. We've seen it already. 2:01 left now in the first half. Nixa on top, 21-6. McKnight in the shotgun. He's got McCaster behind him. He's got 3 wide receivers over on the right side. Nobody on the left. Here comes somebody in motion. That's Mabe. They give it to McCaster, and he skips around a man and is ushered out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. So he gains some yards, but the defense contained him, and I think it was Fisher Moore. Nope, Lawhon was over there along with Moore to make that stop. And it brings up 4th down for Nixa with 1:55 left.
Yeah, with not much time left on the clock here, we need a really good return. So everybody's got to do their job. The punt return guys got to set up block. It would be better if we just blocked this, but if not, set up a block for Coleman to get a good return.
Coleman deep, and he is driven back by that, and he's going to have to let it bounce, and he almost picked it up, and then it's out of bounds, but is it going to be in the end zone? No. It goes out at the 1.
That could not have been kicked any better right there. It was
Coleman just couldn't. It was going to be a tough catch because he was having to go back on it. I don't blame him for not catching it the first time, because that could have very well been a fumble. Just went bad after that because it just took exactly the wrong bounce.
In reality, he should have just gotten away with it, just jogged over to the sideline and not even messed with it, because at first I thought he was going to do like a Willie Mays over the shoulder catch there. But now we got the ball way back inside our own 1.
They give it to Hull, and he pushes his way out past the 5. So they got a little breathing room now. 1:37 left now in the first half. And that's a gain of about 7 by the time they mark it. Took it all the way out to the 8. Govan checks in. So we may see him get the ball in space. Let's see if the Tigers do anything with number 4, Kieran Govan over there on the left side, split out wide. Nope. It's a keeper from McCracken, and he's got the first down. Takes it out past the 15 to about the 16-yard line. 1:03 left.
It's amazing here is that ball was almost touching the goal line, and in 2 plays, our guys have got this ball out almost to the 17-yard line.
Under a minute to go. And up to the line again. Luna at center. And a little counter going back the other way. They hand it off to Trayton Gray, number 25. 35 seconds left. I kind of think they might try a play action to Govan.
The play clock and game clock are almost exactly in unison.
2nd and 7, and they may see if, I don't think Govan's even out there. So no, they're not going to do that. Govan came off, I think, and I didn't see it. When they ran him out there originally, I thought they might try to get it to him to see if he could break something. But I think they're just content to let it go, and down the clock goes to 0, and we've come to halftime. Nixa leads it 21-6 at halftime. We're going to take a break and be back with our Repmo halftime report presented by Beauty and Wellness Co. after this timeout.
Looking for your next ride? Come see us at Pinnaker Chevrolet in Republic. Not only do we have a great selection of new Chevrolets on the lot, we've got a huge selection of pre-owned vehicles, all makes, all models, ready to drive home today. Need to sell or trade? We're buying cars, trucks, and SUVs, and we'll give you top dollar, no strings attached. Fair deals with local people you can trust. Let our family take care of yours at Pinnaker Chevrolet in Republic or online at pinnakerchevrolet.com.
It's important that there be a place that preserves and recognizes the history.
I think you come in here and you look at all these trophies. It shows you that there's been excellence in this community for generations. It's important for a community like Republic to have that.
Since 2014, Republic Animal Hospital has been caring for pets with the personal touch you'd expect from a hometown clinic.
You know people are friendly here. I think there's still those small town values here, and I like being part of the community.
From dogs and cats to pocket pets, Dr. Ferguson and her team provide compassionate care in a comfortable, expanded facility designed for both pets and their people. Republic Animal Hospital, caring for your pets because they're family. Running out of space? Keystone Storage on North Main and Republic keeps your valuables safe with fenced, gated access and 24-hour cameras. Rent a unit at our 24/7 kiosk or sign up online today. Next to Sweeney Elementary, KeystoneStorageMo.com.
Street Pharmacy, this is Kim. May I help you? Feeling rough, we've got the stuff. Hines Street Pharmacy, care you trust. Friendly faces, crisis needs. Feel better right down Hines Street.
Welcome back to the Redmo Halftime Report, presented by Beauty and Wellness Co. And we're going to try something different this season. We're going to send the halftime show to Facebook live. So anybody who's out and about wondering how the game's going and hasn't checked in on YouTube will be able to catch up and see what's going on. And so far it's been Nixa pretty much in control. The first drive and the first half of the first Nixa drive was great for Republic. Republic marched it right down the field, put it in the end zone the very first time they touched the ball. It was 65 plays, 12 yards, and it was a 5-yard run by Owen Clare, who put Republic on top 6-0. The extra point was missed, and that made it allowed it to remain 6-0 and allowed Nixa then to take the lead, because on the very next drive, it started, as I said, great for the defense. First play was no gain. Second play was a loss of 4, both to Jaden McCaster, the new running back, who came from DeSmet. And then there was an incomplete pass, but a penalty called on that one that gave Nixa a first down. And then a 39-yard run by McCaster on the very next play tied the score, and the extra point made it 7-6. Tigers basically went 3 and out. There was an interception, 4 and out. An interception after 3 plays, gained a total of 5 yards. And then Nixa went 66 yards in one play. Again, Jaden McCaster to make it with the extra point, 14-6. Tigers turned it over on downs after 6 plays on their next drive. And then Nixa scored again. It was an 11-play drive. They went 53 yards, and they scored on a run by Adam McKnight from 5 yards out. And with the extra point, that made it 21-6. And that's where we are here at halftime. And Rich, that first 5 minutes looked great, and then Nixa kind of asserted itself at that point.
Yeah, that, and we talked about the pass interference, and then the very next play, touchdown too. You also got to think about also a little bit that changed the momentum also was the fact that Republic scored. They did an onside kick. It looked like we got the ball, but then the referee said no. You either didn't go far enough before a Republic player touched it or what, because that really seemed like things were going to go our way, because you score a touchdown on the opening drive. What looked like was going to be an onside kick early, and we get it. And that just kind of, turned the things right there. But we knew Nixa is very athletic. This is a very good team. You don't want to take away anything from Nixa. Big playmakers. But at the same time, if we could just kind of get that energy on the offensive side of the ball that we had that opening drive, it could really get things going here in the second half. Defensively, Nixa scored 21 points, but they were kind of big plays that set them up, or they scored on big plays. We've called on several players that have just kind of blown some plays up on the defensive side. Norman has been in the backfield, disturbing things.
Nolan Lashley has been all over the place.
Jackson Taylor, I think we've mentioned Govan a couple times too. So the defense is doing the best they can. They're out there running around. They're doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing. It's just some little things here and there. And as we've seen with Coach Cornelson and his staff, I think they've literally got to be one of the best coaching staff to make halftime adjustments that are needed. So even though the first half, not all things went our way, you're going to see some adjustments that are going to make things, possibly kind of turn the momentum back in Republic's favor in the second half.
A little bit the same way as in the state championship game 2 years ago against Cardinal Ritter, that your margin for error is so small that if you're not in the place you're supposed to be and then do the thing you're supposed to do when you get the chance to do it, that they will burn you, and that's what's happened here in the first half. Tiger Pride Band is entertaining here at halftime. Their first halftime performance under the direction of Jared Brown. And we're going to watch them for just a little bit here as we enjoy a beautiful fall evening in Republic. I always stop and say, let's listen to the band right when they decide to stop playing and move around. So I hope you enjoyed the choreography. Now they're going to play, so I'm going to shut up. So a little bit of the Tiger Pride Band as we enjoy halftime, and we're going to take a timeout here on the Repmo Halftime Report presented by Beauty and Wellness Co. Back with more after this. You're watching Tiger Football on Republic Tiger Sports.
I'm Robin McKee with your locally owned UPS store. We've raised our family in Republic, and we're here to help local businesses thrive with printing, shipping, and more. Visit us in the shopping center behind Commerce Bank, and let's succeed together at the UPS store.
Choose locally owned Central Gas Propane for unmatched service. They go the extra mile for your needs. Call 417-725-3833 or visit centralgasmo.com to switch.
I'm State Farm Agent Sarah Rader. When it comes to protecting your home, auto, and family, I'm always in the red zone, ready to push through for the win. I'll help you tackle high rates and score big on coverage. Learn more at sarahrader.com.
Republic is more than a market, it's home. And for 20 years, Tricia Phelps has built her career helping neighbors find theirs. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing, Tricia brings the experience of a builder, the insight of an investor, and the heart of a community member. Everyone deserves a dream home. Let the Tricia Phelps team with eXp Realty help you find yours.
From Tiger fans to your business team, from booster fundraising to your youth league, Jennifer at Teamwear Solutions has been making Republic teams look great and raise money for years. Whatever your team, whatever your cause, she's ready. Teamwear Solutions, Tiger proven, team ready.
For more than 50 years, Southern Sun Electric has been helping to build Republic and the Ozarks. For dependable commercial and industrial construction and service, choose Southern Sun Electric, a longtime supporter of Republic students. Find them online at Southern Sun Electric. Vision Health Eye Center in Republic provides clear vision for the big moments. Visit visionhealtheyecenter.com to book your comprehensive eye exam with Dr. Hart, Dr. Holmes, or Dr. Wilcox. Vision Health Eye Center. Clear vision for the big moments. People's Community Bank has been part of Republic since 2014, proudly supporting local schools and community events. Located in West Republic on Highway 60, People's Community Bank offers loans with fast local decisions, competitive rates, and everyday banking with a hometown feel. Learn more at peoplescommunitybank.com. People's Community Bank, where community comes first.
My friend Lori Casagrande sets the scene with style buyers can't resist.
And my friend Elizabeth Gold sets the price and protects your profit.
They fall in love.
You cash the check.
Curb appeal. Close the deal.
Welcome back to the Retmo Halftime Report presented by Beauty and Wellness Co. And we want to check in on some of the halftime numbers presented by Elliott Robinson and Company. And you can see Nixa with the edge in total yards, 156 total yards, 148 of those on the ground. Really, both teams have kept the ball on the ground for the most part. Nixa has tried to throw a few times, but hasn't been successful. Only 8 passing yards between the two teams. And Republic with 122 total yards, all of them on the ground. The one turnover really not that much of a factor. We talked about the turnover edge early, but that was kind of a turnover in place of a punt. Came on a 4th down pass. So you can see a slight edge for Nixa. The big edge is on the scoreboard. The big plays, they had the short field, and that was enough to give them the 21-6 lead here at halftime. Halftime scores from around the area. Webb City. Did anybody hear the score? I'm going to play MC because I heard what Ken said. Webb City and Lebanon. Tim is over there with a broken headset that can't he has no microphone. So I'm gonna let Rich go first. Rich can go first. Lebanon and Webb City. I believe it's at Webb City.
Actually, I think it's at Lebanon.
Okay. Well,
sure. That doesn't make any difference. I don't think. I don't know.
Wow, you're dissing the home field advantage of Webb City.
Yeah, but Webb City's
Don't say it.
Up and down every year, or the past couple of years.
Rich, if there's one program I think of as up and down, it's Webb City.
It's the last year was.
No, you're right. You're right.
Last year they didn't even have a winning record last year to end the season, but then they get in the playoffs and make a run.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
That's crazy. I don't know. They're not the Webb City of the past. 21-7 Webb City.
Rich, it's not the Webb City of the past.
Yeah.
21.
But if it was the Webb City of the past, I would say like 35-0.
Okay.
But I'm going to give Lebanon a little bit of
Tim?
chance there. 21-7 Webb.
He took my score. I thought he was going to pick Lebanon there. I'm going to say, I'll say 20. I'm going to go Price is Right, 20-7 Webb City.
Well, the answer is
what's the retail price?
7-0 Webb City.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So you're right. It's not the Webb City of the past. Well, Lebanon's a good team, though.
You're
but
right.
They've got some players to replace. So, yeah. The other score, I don't remember the score, but I did hear him say Ozark and Willard. Battle of COC Tigers. Tim's going to go first without the microphone. Hold on, Tim. Vamp for a while. Talk. Keep talking.
Oh, well, that's a tough one. I think I'm going to go with Ozark. I'm not going to take Rich's 21-7 score. I'll let him have that. I'll say 21-14 Ozark.
So the bid is 21-14 Ozark.
I don't think Willard's very good. So I'm going to go Ozark. Ozark 14, Willard 0. 14-0 Ozark.
Well, I wish I could give you an answer, but I do know, that the score was fairly lopsided in favor of Ozark. It was like 21-7 or 27-7 or something like that. So, Rich, while I cannot confirm in the details, Rich was right in the general, the general area. So I'm trying to find more scores, but it's not working very well. So anyway, that's going to bring it into the into the game. It's first broadcast blues, I guess. Just never know what's going to happen. We're going to take a break. I'm going to try and find some more scores, tie-breaking scores, and I'll let you know how it goes when we get back. We're going to take a break and back with more after this on Republic Tiger Sports.
Eris Pizza brings a slice of history to your table. Since 1961, their blend of handcrafted dough, rich sauces, and a variety of fresh toppings cooked in an authentic brick oven offers a unique dining experience. Explore their menu at erispizza417.com or drop into the Wildwood Plaza on Highway 60.
Any day is a great day to send flowers. Heaven Sent Flowers and Gifts has been your local florist in Republic since 1987, offering free local delivery. Call them at 732-1334 or go online to Heaven's.
Kirk's Collision Center in Republic has been helping neighbors get back on the road with more than 20 years of experience behind the work. They're OEM certified, so repairs meet factory standards. And their team handles everything from collision and glass work to paintless dent repair. Even if your insurance company suggests another shop, you can always choose Kirk's, and every repair comes with a lifetime warranty. Learn more at kirkscollisioncenter.com.
This is Vanessa at Beauty and Wellness Co. At Beauty and Wellness, we are all about Retmo Spirit, and we're also about helping you optimize your internal wellness and enhance your external beauty. Whether you're looking to age gracefully or just looking for a boost of energy to help you refuel and recover, we are the place to go. Visit our spot at Highway 174 and Main Street. You can also find us on Facebook and Instagram at Beauty Plus Wellness CO or call us at 417-590-8200.
Go Tigers! Welcome back, and we've got a tiebreaker score here on the score guessing game. It's a tough one. Waynesville at Carthage. Rich, 11:50. This is early in the second quarter when this score was reported.
I don't want to dog on anybody. Waynesville's not any good either. Carthage is good. I'm gonna go.
Rich is just trying to be on every board in Southwest Missouri.
Yeah, let's have it. Carthage. I'm gonna go big here. I'm gonna go Carthage 42. Waynesville 0.
Wow, thank you, Rich.
Okay.
Well, again, I'm doing the price right. I'm going to go 41-0 Waynesville.
Wait. Oh, no. Tim said 41-0 Waynesville. Rich wins. Nope, it's 14-0. It was 14-0 Carthage with 11:57 left to go in the second quarter. That's like, I don't know what that's similar to, but that's like fumbling an easy. That's like dropping an easy fly ball. Yeah. Anyway, so Rich is the Week 1 champion. That was not a very good. That was not a very good showing by anyone, including the MC. So we're gonna wrap it up, and we got a couple more minutes before kickoff. Nixa will get the ball first to start the third quarter, and we'll be back with more after this on Republic Tiger Sports. Elliott Robinson and Company, LLP, Certified Public Accountants, is Republic's local full-service accounting firm. They make possible our By the Numbers feature, where we look at stats that catch our eye on the Republic sports scene. They've been serving the area for more than 50 years, and you can find them in the Wildwood Plaza across from Pinnaker Chevrolet or online at ercpa.com. Republic is more than a market, it's home. And for 20 years, Tricia Phelps has built her career helping neighbors find theirs. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing, Tricia brings the experience of a builder, the insight of an investor, and the heart of a community member. Everyone deserves a dream home. Let the Tricia Phelps team with eXp Realty help you find yours. All right. Welcome back. Ready to go. And we said Nixa would get the ball first. That's if they field this kickoff, because we are all guessing that an onside kick is coming by Elijah Peary. He was just a little bit short. Well, he got it 10 yards, but official said that a Republic player touched it before it crossed that 10-yard marker. So the ball's on the 40-yard line. It's got to get to the 50 before a Republic player can touch it, unless a Nixa player comes up and touches it first. That's actually what I thought had happened on the first one. Here he's got it lined up, and he is going to kick it. Well, surprised us, and wow, that was into the end zone easily. Didn't even look like he kicked it full power. And it went all the way in. So, touchback, and Nixa will take over on the 20-yard line. What do we know?
Yeah, due to the fact that he kind of just nonchalantly went up there, didn't get, that usual running start on a kickoff that you see a lot of kickers do. And I can't imagine if he did get a faster running start, just how much farther that ball would have gone.
So we start the third quarter. The Tigers trailing by 15, and they need some of that defensive magic that they had on the first series of the game. Man in motion, and they pitch it to McCaster. He gets to the outside. There's a penalty out at the 26. He's driven out of bounds around the 27. And we'll wait to see what that penalty is. I think he's pointing backwards. Yeah, it's holding. So it'll be first down. And I believe the ball will be on the 16. Yep. Flag was on the 26. So it's first down and 14. McKnight and McCaster back there. Two wide receivers on the right side, and there's a flag. And Lashley moved. He didn't think he'd gone over the line, and then the official on this side threw the flag. Flag didn't come from the far side where the movement happened. It came from the near side.
I think Ethan Montiel came across
okay.
as well.
I saw Lashley. Tigers just trying to get a little bit of an edge here to shut down this high-powered Nixa offense. There's a throw out in the flat and a slipped tackle, and that's going to be a touchdown, I think, for Mabe. One man to beat. Govan trying to get there and can't quite get there, and it is a touchdown. I don't see any flags. And it's a 79-yard touchdown pass to Carter Mabe, the junior wide receiver. And that makes it 27-6.
And we'd mentioned earlier, against a really athletic team of Nixa, arm tackles isn't going to cut it. So you're going to have to wrap up. You're going to have to take these guys down around below the waist, be able to take them down. Trying to tackle up high. If you're an athletic ball carrier, you can just kind of shove the defender off. And that's exactly what happened. So the kick is up. Extra point is good. And Nixa is going to go up 28-6 here in the third quarter with the 11:42 left.
So the fast strike catches the Tigers again, and they trail 28-6. We'll take a break, see how they respond offensively after this timeout on Republic Tiger Sports.
For more than 50 years, Southern Sun Electric has been helping to build Republic and the Ozarks. For dependable commercial and industrial construction and service, choose Southern Sun Electric, a longtime supporter of Republic students. Find them online at southernsunelectric.com. Vision Health Eye Center in Republic provides clear vision for the big moments. Visit visionhealtheyecenter.com to book your comprehensive eye exam with Dr. Hart, Dr. Holmes, or Dr. Wilcox. Vision Health Eye Center. Clear vision for the big moments.
Welcome back. Kickoff goes to Jackson Taylor at about the 7-yard line. He's out to the 20, 25, 30, 35, and out to the 37-yard line. Jackson Taylor's putting on a show as a returner. He's had a bunch of good returns tonight.
Yeah, there's a flag out there about the 30-yard line. I think that's going to ruin his really good return there.
Yeah, the frustrating thing about that is when it's thrown out there, didn't really have anything to do with how good the return was. I mean, it might have affected the last few yards, but he had sped out there pretty quickly.
Oh, it's
no,
against
a face mask.
Nixa. Awesome. So now you take a great return, and that is going to be past the 50-yard line. So they're going to start this on the Nixa side of the field.
Yeah, ball on the Nixa 47. So they've only got 47 yards to go. 11:36 left to go in the third quarter, and it's 28-6 Nixa. And there goes Aiden Schaefer.
Time you tell your offensive lineman to hold their water. Sometimes they get a little anxious, especially if you're the lineman and maybe the ball's coming right behind you, you get a little anxious. Or if you're a lineman that's got a specific block or you're pulling, you try to anticipate the snap, and I think that may have what happened there.
Haven't mentioned Raleigh Verstrate and Avian Ferguson out there on the line as well. And that handoff goes to Hull. Good push by the line, and he just ran right behind him. Got back near the original line of scrimmage. Picked up about 4. Second down and 11 coming up.
Overstreet and Villasica checking in.
And they took it back away, and McCracken kept it. I thought he handed it off, but he got it back at the last minute, got back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. Nix has done a great job defensively of shutting down the read option by McCracken. He just has not been able, whether he's made the right reads or not, but they've been there and just made things very difficult for him.
Yeah, their linebackers are doing a really good job of just scraping off blockers and flowing left to right.
Govan in and Overstreet out for the Tigers, and Govan is split out wide over here to the left side. One-on-one coverage to Govan and play action. And a little screen pass back this way. Hull slipped down. Hull went to cut and slipped and went down. I don't think he was going to get very far anyway because there was a defender right there waiting to meet him.
So this is interesting here. It's ball's right in the middle of the field. See if they do a little pooch punt.
I don't know. I think they might. Uh-oh. Bad snap, and now you just got to fall on it, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. Snap was low, and I don't think McCracken was quite ready for it either.
Now, he was kind of looking around, making sure everybody was set. And the ball was just obviously snapped way too soon.
9:42 left to go in the third quarter now, and Nixa with a chance to extend a 28-6 lead. So they've scored 28 unanswered points.
Offensively, the Republic just hasn't been able to just kind of finish out a drive, excluding that first drive. They each drive starts out good, and they show some flash of some positive yardage and being able to move the ball 3 or 4 yards, and then it seems like every step forward they take take 2 steps back.
McKnight's going to throw it. He's under pressure. Got away from one man and then hit and knocked down. And I think that was, yes, it was Ekene Chukwu who came in and got him. I think Montiel was there too, but I think it was Chukwu who came in and finished him off. 2nd down and 20 coming up for Nixa. 9:15 left in the third.
That time the D-line got a lot of pressure. There were several guys in the backfield, and McKnight didn't even have a chance to be able to think about passing the ball.
2nd down and 21 coming up for Nixa.
McKnight with McCaster beside him. He's going to throw again. And he launches it up the sideline, and it is caught out of bounds. Incomplete. Intended over there for Owen Locke, who went up and got it, but he landed with both feet out of bounds. Coverage by Jackson Taylor.
That was great coverage by Taylor. There was no separation. He was right there. He could have even turned around and possibly even intercepted that ball if he would have just turned his head. But great job sticking with the Nixa receiver and making McKnight essentially have to kind of throw it out of bounds.
So 3rd down and 20, and the Tigers hoping to get a stop here. And a penalty flag comes in.
I think I saw some movement by Nixa by a couple players on the right side.
McKnight is John at the official. Delay a game. He thought he got it off. And the official let him jaw. That's a 5-yard penalty instead of a bigger one. So now instead of 3rd and 20, it's 3rd and 25. Ball all the way back in Nixa territory. They're going the wrong direction. 3 wide receivers to the left side, 1 to the right. And over the middle, the ball is intercepted. And down the sideline goes number 18, Fisher Moore, who takes it down inside the 35. And Fisher Moore with the interception.
He just threw it straight to Moore.
And there was a little pressure on him. He had to get rid of it. And Moore with the good run back down to the 33-yard line.
What a momentum changer there, too. Looks like Nixa was going to be able to move the ball a little bit there, and defense comes up huge.
8:39 left in the third, and play action as McCracken looks to throw. Flushed out of the pocket, rolls to his right, has time, and lobs it out of bounds. Didn't have anybody open. Great coverage downfield, and nowhere to go with it.
Hey, but good decision there by McCracken. Instead of trying to force the ball, he got outside the tackle there, realized there wasn't anything that he could really do. Takes a sack, he's going to lose yardage, and just threw the ball away. So great decision there.
Time McCracken kept it, but there's a whistle. I don't see a flag, do you?
Yeah, it's over there, the far referee.
Gotcha. False start, I assume. I couldn't hear what it.
Yeah.
The microphone cut out. All right.
It was false start.
2nd and 15. And again, play action. McCracken throws it over the middle. It is caught. And Clare comes down with it, spins off a tackler, takes it inside the 15. And the first long completion of the season from Preston McCracken to Owen Clare, number 5.
Claire did a great job. It looked like it was a seam route, just right down the middle. And he knew he was going to get hit, too, and he did a great job of knowing he was going to get hit as soon as he caught the ball. Great job on securing the ball after the hit, and even spun off and was able to gain some yardage even after.
Claire in motion, and the keeper by McCracken ran over his own man to clear the way and takes it down to about the 8. Tigers look a little more sure-footed here on this drive.
You know your QB is determined whenever not only is he having to push away defenders, but he's having to push away some of his own guys to get out of the way.
Yeah, he gets a pancake for that one. I don't know if it counts as a pancake if it's from behind. 7:36 left of the third quarter. Tigers down in the red zone again, and a timeout, I think.
You had a couple guys moving.
Oh, penalty. They always move right when I look down.
Yeah, I couldn't tell who it was, but there was an offensive lineman on the right side for Republic that came across before the ball was snapped.
Moves the ball back to the 8-yard line. Second down and 8, Republic.
Claire in motion again, and they're going to call a timeout. 6:51 left to go in the third quarter. Well, they called a timeout, but the clock is still running. They never stopped the clock. Now the official's going to get their attention, and they're going to have to fix that eventually. Bang on the wall, and there it stopped. All right. Now the clock reads 6:27, but it doesn't matter. You can't see the clock anyway. So, Tigers call timeout. They trail 28-6. We'll take a quick break. Back with more after this on Republic Tiger Sports.
Since 2014, Republic Animal Hospital has been caring for pets with the personal touch you'd expect from a hometown clinic.
You know people are friendly here. I think there's still those small town values here, and I like being part of the community.
From dogs and cats to pocket pets, Dr. Ferguson and her team provide compassionate care in a comfortable, expanded facility designed for both pets and their people. Republic Animal Hospital, caring for your pets because they're family.
And they punch it in off the timeout.
That was Jen Villasica. Ran just right up the middle there. He was very patient. Ran right up to the left of his center there. Allowed a couple blocks to form right in front of him and almost went untouched there for the touchdown. So great job, Republic offense, and Villasica gets the credit for the touchdown. Great run, but the offensive line did a spectacular job there, blocking downfield, setting up the 6 points there.
Yeah, Villasica hardly touched, and he caught me off guard. I was back here working on the computer and looked up, and they were running into the end zone. And they go for 2, and that one's in as well.
That was Claire for the 2-point conversion. Did a great job. Right side of the O-line, securing their blocks, sealing off the defensive end over there. And Claire doing what he does best is punching it in to the end zone there. So it is now within 2 scores, 28-14, with 6:45 left in the third quarter.
We'll go ahead and keep it right here. Rich, I'm going to let you handle it while I try and figure out why the scoreboard's not updated.
What a momentum change there. You've got Republic getting that interception, and then falling through there with 6 points. Kind of looked like Nixa was going to possibly score again and go up for, an even bigger gap there on the scoreboard, but Republic comes up here, makes it a 2-score game. So the ball is teed up. Just waiting for that whistle from the referees. There it goes. And it's another squib kick, and can't tell who it is, but I think Republic may have gotten it. Yeah, Republic gets the onside kick. Get the interception, turn it into 6 points, turn around, do the onside kick. Things have gotten sweeter here for the Republic Tigers here in the third quarter. You just feel that energy change there. You're looking across the field, right across from us, and you don't see any of the Nixa fans cheering or doing anything. And on this side, the bleachers are rocking. So what a great way here to come out. And we talked about this. We've always said that the coaching staff does a great job of making those changes that needs to be done here in the second half. That time Villasika gets the ball, may have barely gotten back to the line of scrimmage, testing out that left side. Left side of the O-line has done a great job tonight. Obviously, both sides doing good, but that left side seems to be being able to kind of handle things a little bit better. Who is that? Lahan checking in. McCracken under center. Counter boot. And McCracken's just going to try to do the best he can there. A little play action counter boot. He boots out to his right. Again, nothing there. That was kind of earlier whenever he had to scramble to his right, and he just threw the ball out of bounds. That time, he picks up some positive yardage, does the best he can there, picks up a handful of yardage. It is going to be 3rd and 7 with just under 5.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Again, McCracken's going underneath center. Keeps it himself. Looked like it was going to be an option play, and again, doing the best he can, just nothing there. He might have gotten a yard, and it's going to bring up 4th down here in the middle of the field, and we've always talked about this. We've seen Coach go for it on 4th down in the middle of the field.
Oh, yeah.
And with, we're in the second half of the game, down by 2 scores, you would think that Coach is probably going to go for it here.
4:40 left to go in the third quarter. I mean, if the Tigers score here, they're in the game. I mean, they're in the game as it is, down only 2 scores. But this one, if they can keep this drive going, really makes a game of it the second half.
They just need to hurry. The play clock is down to 6.
Timeout. He knew they didn't have time, so he calls the timeout. Second timeout taken in this quarter, or in this quarter and in this half by the Tigers. So they've got 1 left. And with 4:19 left to go, we'll take a quick break and be back for that 4th down play after this on Republic Tiger Sports.
From Tiger fans to your business team, from booster fundraising to your youth league, Jennifer at Teamwear Solutions has been making Republic teams look great and raise money for years. Whatever your team, whatever your cause, she's ready. Teamwear Solutions, Tiger proven, team ready.
For more than 50 years, Southern Sun Electric has been helping to build Republic and the Ozarks. For dependable commercial and industrial construction and service, choose Southern Sun Electric, a longtime supporter of Republic students. Find them online at southernsunelectric.com. Vision Health Eye Center in Republic provides clear vision for the big moments. Visit visionhealtheyecenter.com to book your comprehensive eye exam with Dr. Hart, Dr. Holmes, or Dr. Wilcox.
All right, big 4th down coming up. McCracken takes it to the edge, throws it on the run, and it is intercepted, yes. Wasn't sure if it was intercepted or knocked down. Either way, it would have ended the drive on 4th down. Tried to force it in there and couldn't find the opening. I almost think he might have been able to run for it. Trying to throw it to Lawhon there. But the drive comes to an end, and Nixa takes over.
Yeah, they ruled the ball hit the ground, so it wasn't an interception.
So 1st and 10 for Nixa now. And a whistle. And McCaster's got the ball, and now he's going to push back. The whistle blew, and the tackle was made. And Lashley's saying, well, I was just making the tackle. Maybe a little overeager on the tackle. But then McKnight was a little overeager in pushing back.
False start on Nixa, so the ball's going to be pushed back 5 yards.
Another fast fact for you. Tigers, despite all the success under Ryan Cornelson, only 1-3 on opening night in his 4 years. And if they can't come back here, they'd be 1-4. You consider all the success they've had, and to be 1-4, of course, part of that is the opponents that they've played.
Yeah, it seems like one year it was Carthage.
They beat Carthage They beat Carthage 2 years ago here. That was the first ever win over Carthage, I believe. And I think that's the only opening night win for the Tigers. And McKnight can't quite get away. There's a late body going flying. Whitworth was hit after the ball had been downed, but they say not late enough. Got back to the original line of scrimmage. Grayson Hart makes the tackle, number 34. And it's going to be 2nd down and 10. Fast facts all year long, sponsored by Rapid Ship Republic. When Republic champions want to ship it fast, they use Rapid Ship Republic. Man in motion is Owen Locke. And back to this side, McCaster. And he just runs it out of bounds. There's a penalty flag.
Yeah, penalty flags from 2 different referees.
Lawhon was giving chase to McCaster, and McCaster said, well, I'm just going to step out. Let's see what the penalty is. So against Nixa again, pushes it back. Instead of 2nd and 10, it'll be 2nd and 15.
Moving back to the 42-yard line. 2nd down and 15.
We have penalties on our stats. Seems like Nixa has had a lot more flags thrown on them versus Republic.
Second and 15. Again, McCaster gets the handoff. Again, he breaks one tackle, stiff arms a man, and pushed out of bounds at about the 48-yard line of Republic.
It was, I think, 18 more who came out and pushed him out of bounds. Got third down here, big 3rd down. Got 3rd and 5 for Nixa. I don't think Nixa's going to get the playoff.
Nope, called the timeout. 3:18 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Timeout, Nixa. It's 28-14 Nixa. Back with more after this on Republic Tiger Sports.
People's Community Bank has been part of Republic since 2014. proudly supporting local schools and community events. Located in West Republic on Highway 60, People's Community Bank offers loans with fast local decisions, competitive rates, and everyday banking with a hometown feel. Learn more at peoplescommunitybank.com. People's Community Bank, where community comes first.
State Farm Insurance is there anytime, anywhere you need it with helpful advice and award-winning service. In Republic, call Chris Yoakum at 732-1463 or go online at chrisyoakum.com and get to a... Welcome back. Big 3rd and 5 coming up from the 48-yard line of Republic. Nixa leading by 14. McKnight rolls to his left. Throws it behind McCaster, and it's almost picked off. Oh, boy.
I think that was Gavin Lawhon.
Yeah.
He was there, and he got a fingertip on it. That would have been huge because if he wouldn't have got tripped up there and got that, there was nothing between him and the goal line. He would have taken that back to the house.
Kind of went airborne to try and get it and couldn't quite hold on. And now the Tigers got the stop if Nixa goes ahead and punts it here. I would think they would up by 14, but they're in that spot on the field where I wouldn't have been surprised to see them go for it. There's a penalty flag.
It's going to be a false start on Nixa.
Well, Republic has won the penalty battle. We talked about that early. Whose key was that? That was mine. Yeah, good job, David. I don't know about your guys' keys, but mine's really coming through. Of course, I guess that's actually bad for me because my key is happening and they're still down by 14. So 3:09 left to go in the third. This third quarter is going slowly, which is kind of what you want when you're down by 3 scores at halftime. And that's Trenton Coleman. Makes the catch on it and takes it out to the 20 before being tackled.
That's a good catch by Coleman. He had to catch that on the run. Kick was kind of at an angle. Did a good job of concentrating, making a basket there, catching it, because he knew that as soon as he caught that, there wasn't going to be much time for him to do too much before he's getting hit.
Well, this is a huge drive with 3 minutes left to go in the third quarter, and the Tigers down by 14 points. The way they want to run the ball, they're going to need most of the time left to score twice if they don't get a turnover. So they need to score on this one and then follow that up with something big defensively. They give it to Hull, and not much room. Gained a couple of yards out to the 22. Two and a half left in the third quarter. McCracken under center. Clare in motion and faked it to Hull and spun off a man, then fell forward. Almost got through that front line and had some space, but couldn't quite keep his feet. He's down at the 25-yard line. I think Tigers got kind of a good spot there. I think he was on his knees and fell forward. I think he'd already gone down a little bit back further, but they gave him the spot where the ball hit the turf. So 3rd and 5. And a reverse. Going around the right side and then cutting it back in. It was Gavin Lawhon, and he was cut down after a gain of about a yard. Instead of taking it all the way around on the sweep, he tried to cut it back through a hole, and the quickness of those linebackers and the interior of the defense made that tough. And now what do you do? 4th and 4?
Well, it looks like Republic is jogging out the punt team.
Yeah, they're bringing out Peary.
And they do not have enough guys out there, so I guess the punt team's not used to being called out there.
They punt so seldom that they don't even know who's on the punt team.
No, coach is having to call a timeout because there's a lot of confusion.
That is frustrating. I know. 1:01 left to go in the third quarter, and the Tigers have to burn their last timeout, so they will be without timeouts the rest of the way, trailing by 14. We'll take a break while they talk things over. Back with more after this on Republic Tiger Sports.
Huey Magoo's is almost open in Republic, just over a mile from the stadium. The filet mignon of chicken is coming soon, and with it, Republic Tiger Sports post-game parties after home football games this season. Huey Magoo's opening soon. Any day is a great day to send flowers. Heaven Sent Flowers and Gifts has been your local florist in Republic since 1987, offering free local delivery. Call them at 732-1334 or go online to heavenssentflowers.com.
Tigers lined up to punt it away. Peary's got it. And a high spiraling kick, a missed tackle, and a return out to the 49-yard line. That was Carter Mabe. He was hit a glancing blow and stayed on his feet, took it out to about the 49.
There's a flag on the far side of the field.
Yeah, I haven't seen an indication of what it is. There we go. Holding. Man, Nixa has a lot of penalties.
Yeah, it has not been the cleanest game for Nixa, and it's been for various stuff too. It hasn't just been for holding or anything like that. It's been all the above.
They hand it off, and nothing, no place to run.
Yeah, a couple of Republic defenders back there.
Montiel was back there.
Montiel, and I think Lashley was one of the guys out there.
And Grayson Hart gets the credit from Ken Knierim. Ken back at the microphone, as always. Always great to hear his voice. And he gets the crowd revved up here in Republic. 19 seconds left in the quarter. Nixa in no hurry. They've got to snap it one more time, then we'll be at the end of the third. Play action pass. They're going along, and it is caught.
But there was a flag. I think this might be coming back. There's a flag back here in the backfield.
Randy Flint caught it. Oh, he must have dropped it.
Oh, he's picking up the flag.
They wave off the flag, but the pass, well, no, the pass wasn't incomplete. They waved off the pass thinking that's because there was a penalty, but it was complete. So the flag is waved off by the referee. It's a complete pass. 2 seconds left in the quarter. And it's 1st and 10 on the 25-yard line of Republic. Two wide receivers to the left. Cantwell goes in motion to the right. He's set up at tight end now. And they run McCaster behind him. And another flag.
I think you're going to have number 77 for Nixa tackled a Republic defender. Yeah, it wasn't holding. He essentially just kind of tackled him to the ground. So that was a correct call.
Dylan Terry committed the penalty. 261 total yards for the Eagles tonight. And 163 for the Tigers. But Republic has run 50 plays, and Nixa has run only 37. So we've come to the end of the third quarter. We'll take another break. Back with more after this on Republic Tiger Sports.
Are you looking for a place where love leads the way? At First Christian Church, we're about two things, loving God and loving others. No perfect people here, just a community of real folks walking through life together with grace, faith, and hope. Whether you're new to church or need a fresh start, you'll find a place to belong at First Christian Church of Republic. RepublicChristian.
Choose locally owned Central Gas Propane for unmatched service. They go the extra mile for your needs. Call 417-725-3833 or visit centralgasmo.com to switch and save today. Welcome back. Start of the fourth quarter. Nixa on top 28-14. And they are threatening to add on to their lead. Tigers held them scoreless. No, they didn't. Nixa scored early in the quarter. Handoff to McCaster. He spun away from a man, got away from a second, and then explodes to the outside. Out of bounds, short of the first down, over on about the 27, I think, when he was pushed out. Well, no, they're standing on the 30. I don't know. Did he go out of bounds that soon? I guess so. He's going so fast, it's kind of hard to keep track of where he is. Second down and 15. It was a gain of 5. And a low snap. McKnight got away from a man. And still on his feet. And down near a first down. Didn't quite get it. Lashley and McCaster collided in the backfield. And Lashley is shaken up. I actually thought it might be McCaster who got the worst of it. But Lashley slow to get up, and that would be a blow after the way he's played here. Well, while they work on him, 11:33 left in the fourth quarter. We'll take a break. It's 28-14 Nixa. Back with more after this on Republic Tiger Sports.
Vision Health Eye Center in Republic provides clear vision for the big moments. Visit visionhealtheyecenter.com to book your comprehensive eye exam with Dr. Hart, Dr. Holmes, or Dr. Wilcox. Vision Health Eye Center. Clear vision for the big moments.
Choose locally owned Central Gas Propane for unmatched service. They go the extra mile for your needs. Call 417-725-3833 or visit centralgasmo.com to switch and...
I'm Robin McKee with your locally owned UPS store. We've raised our family in Republic, and we're here to help local businesses thrive with printing, shipping, and more. Visit us in the shopping center behind Commerce Bank, and let's succeed together at the UPS store.
Welcome back. 11:33 left, and Nolan Lashley coming off on his own power, walking gingerly. I wonder if it might be cramps based on how they were working on him, but don't know and won't speculate more than that. 3rd and 3. Big play here. Tigers still in the game if they can get a stop. And McCaster has the first down. Barely. Well, I don't know. I thought he had it for sure, but I think it's closer than I initially expected. It is a first down. Just barely.
Nixa first and 10 from the Republic 15. Fire up their Tiger defense.
And what do we got? A whistle?
I think Nixa had to call timeout. The game clock shows 0. So I don't know if he's saying the play clock didn't restart or what the issue.
didn't quite call a timeout because nobody left the field.
Yeah, they're saying they're restart the play clock. So I think that's what Coach Perry was pointing, is that the play clock never restarted.
I thought the referee was telling everybody to raise the roof. Out of the shotgun. They hand it to McCaster, and right up the middle. And he's going to power his way all the way in. Well, he had a man on him, but he got him on his heels and just drove him backwards, and there was no way to get right again after he was hit without his momentum without expecting the hit yet, and he was just driven for about 10 yards in, and that's a touchdown for Nixa. Makes it 34-14. And the extra point's good. 35-14. So that silences the Republic crowd. Tigers had some hope, but it has dwindled quite a bit after that touchdown. Still plenty of time, but they would need some breaks. They are capable of making their own breaks. We've seen on fourth downs and on onside kicks. And they're going to have to do it again, but they're going to have to start with a long scoring drive probably, and that's hopefully what's coming up after this on Republic Tiger Sports.
Running out of space? Keystone Storage on North Main and Republic keeps your valuables safe with fenced, gated access and 24-hour cameras. Rent a unit at our 24/7 kiosk or sign up online today. Next to Sweeney Elementary, KeystoneStorageMo.com.
Jackson Taylor back deep for the Tigers. 10:59 left to go in the game. Nixa on top 35-14. Taylor takes it at the 5. Quickly to the 20. Evades one tackler out past the 25 to about the 28-yard line. Another good return by Republic. I will say this, if I were a Class 5 school watching Republic playing this game against Nixa, I would be thinking, well, they're going to be a handful. And there are some other good Class 5 teams in the area, Carthage and Webb City, among others. But Republic is certainly maybe not where they want to be, but they are putting up a showing to let people know that they are going to be in the thick of things as the season moves on. Hull had to back up and then got going forward again, maybe gained a yard. Barely, maybe not even that.
Yeah, talking about Class 5, they released the district groupings this morning, and Republic, which is Class 5 District 6, their district changed and got more competitive this year. I'll go over that after this play.
Second down and 9, 10:24 left in the game. And McCracken keeps it. Goes ahead for about 4 yards.
Republic's district obviously includes Republic. You have Branson, Carthage, Neosho, Parkview, Webb City, and Willard. And with the addition of Carthage and Webb City, that definitely makes it a very crowded and tough district.
Yeah, of course, they had to go north in previous seasons because of the split. And I really think that it's the fact that Central dropped football, because that would have been another Class 5 team in this eastern part of this area, and maybe not. You never know what has happened in the other parts of the state that causes them to slide people around, but that didn't help keep Republic in the district where it was. Instead of Lebanon, so Lebanon goes elsewhere, and Republic has Carthage and Webb City. But they were always having to play them after the district championship game anyway. Timeout, I guess. I guess they had not called 3 timeouts, as I thought. I thought they had. But they had another timeout left, and they just used it. 4th and 3, 9:20 left to go in the fourth quarter. Back with more after this on Republic Tiger Sports.
For more than 50 years, Southern Sun Electric has been helping to build Republic and the Ozarks. For dependable commercial and industrial construction and service.
Welcome back. That was a short timeout. McCracken keeps it again, and he's going to be short. Nixa got the stop.
And it's going to be awfully close.
Yeah, if he stretched it out at the end, I thought he was way short. But that spot's a pretty good spot. I don't think he's got it, though.
Oh, they gave it to him.
Oh, they did. I think I'm just having a hard time seeing the angle of the stick over on the far side. I didn't think he was anywhere close to it. So, drive stays alive. Nine minutes exactly left in the game. To Claire, and he's hit and dragged down. Claire was grabbed almost immediately by number 9, D9, Urban Arnold.
Oh,
and there's a flag.
And a flag thrown. I think that one might go.
I don't know. There was a Nixa. I thought it was, based on the flag, I thought it was on Republic, but there was a Nixa guy sauntering away when the flag came in.
Oh, wow.
I have not been impressed, I got to say, with the amount of personal fouls tonight.
Yes, Nixa's had at least 4 personal fouls.
.839.
And you shouldn't have any personal fouls in a game, but let alone 4 that I can think of.
Yeah, and that's just, that's just a player getting up in the huddle of the other team and talking. And that's the kind of thing that's easily avoidable. 8:39 left. It's a first down. And play action. And McCracken is almost tackled, and he is tackled. Thought he was going to get away, but it was Gradell who got in there and pulled him down. All the way back to the 40, and it's going to be second down and 25. Or almost. Second down and 24.
This is going to have to obviously change the play calling a little bit here with the time slipping away and it being 24 yards to get the first down instead of 10.
Gavin Lawhon is wide to the left side. And they gave it to Claire on a little counter coming back this way. Not much running room. 7:40 left to go.
Lawhon came off limping. They're going to attend to him here on the sideline. Hopefully it's nothing major.
Claire goes in motion, and Nixa jumped across. That was Hunter Jensen, the defensive lineman who came across the line. And that makes it 3rd and 18 instead of 3rd and 23. Fake handoff, play action, and over the middle it is overthrown. Intended for Brennan Overstreet, and it was about 3 yards over his head. McCracken and Overstreet, both members of the Tiger baseball team in the spring. Both members of the pitching staff. And that pitch and catch did not work out. 4th down, and Elijah Peary comes out. as the Tigers will kick it away. Carter Mabe back for the Eagles. High snap. Peary gets it. That's 6'4". That's no problem. High kick and a fair catch at the 15-yard line by Carter Mabe. 6:44 left in the game. We'll take another break. Back with more after this on Republic Tiger Sports.
This is Vanessa at Beauty and Wellness Co. At Beauty and Wellness, we are all about Retmo Spirit. And we're also about helping you optimize your internal wellness and enhance your external beauty. Whether you're looking to age gracefully or just looking for a boost of energy to help you refuel and recover, we are the place to go. Visit our spot at Highway 174 and Main Street. You can also find us on Facebook and Instagram at
Nixa with the ball with 6:44 remaining in the game, and a little pitch on the end around and out of bounds after a big gain. Jax Adams. Jax Adams was the guy who I think was expected to be the running back, but that changed with Jaden McCaster coming to town late, and Jax Adams gets a carry. Cantwell slow to get up, but he wants to stay out there. No, they're going to pull him off. 6:40 left. And kind of slow to move the chains. Yeah, it was a gain of 11. They hadn't moved the chains yet. Now they tell them to move. So 1st and 10 for Nixa from the 27. And McCaster caught around the ankle, got loose, going backwards, but has the speed to get around the corner. And still on his feet, pushed out of bounds, out past the 35-yard line. Not a first down, I don't think, but a good gain by McCaster.
And that right there is one of the reasons why he's considered one of the best running backs in this part of the state. Is he's so difficult to take down. You're not going to be able to tackle him up high. This is going to be where you go low, wrap the legs up. He's able to shed defenders that come up, and then once he gets the corner, he just kind of turns on a second gear.
183 rushing yards for Jaden McCaster. And I thought they had him shut down there, and he came out and ended up getting out to the 48-yard line. And I think he downed the ball, basically, to stay in bounds.
Yeah, I think he did. He just kind of did a baseball slide there, knowing full well they just want to keep the clock running.
So he's nearing 200 rushing yards. Well, I think it's safe to say that my hunch about a month ago that Republic matched up pretty well with Nixa before I realized McCaster was here. I think if McCaster's not here, this is a different ballgame. And so that's a lot of explosive speed to deal with, and the Tigers didn't have an answer for it tonight. 5:50 left to go, and there's a flag. And that's a false start. And we're not keeping, I don't know that we're keeping total penalty yardage, but well, they've got 60 penalty yards just on the personal fouls. And I would say they're probably up near 100 yards in penalties. And still in control, 35-14. 5:35 left to go. Clock continues to run. 1st and 15 now. And McKnight keeps it and gets it out near midfield, maybe across midfield. No, he stepped out just short of the 50-yard line. They're going to mark it on the 49-yard line of Republic, or of Nixa. 5:20 left in the game. And a direct snap to McCaster. Lashley runs up behind him, jumps on his back, and wrestles him down.
Yeah, I saw that. He literally dove on his back. That's one way to take a ball carrier down.
Tiger tackle made by Nolan Lashley.
At this point in time, Nixa's just taking their time. I am impressed with this Republic defense. I mean, it's late in the fourth quarter, and they're down by 2 scores, and you still guys got going out there 100%.
McKnight got hit as he threw, and the pass is short. Oh, and they threw a flag. Well, I'd be interested to watch this one again. Well, hard to see because we were following the pass after the pass. The only thing that might have been the thought was that he drove him to the turf as he fell on him.
Yeah,
It was a clean hit up top.
I don't agree with that. You can't have a defender literally stop in the middle of a tackle.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying.
I totally understand, but I don't agree with the referee. The momentum's going to take you. You can't just stop in mid-tackle.
McCaster again, and there he goes up the sideline, pushed out of bounds. Tackle made over there by A.J. Ewell.
Ball marked at the Republic 17-yard line, first and 10 Eagles.
Caster again, and he's going to go right into the end zone untouched. And then we have another flag after the play is over with. You had a Nixa player and a Republic player jawing each other there at the end after the touchdown, so we'll see who they give the penalty to.
Oh, there's a penalty flag. Yeah, it's back. Yeah, it's not. It was at the end of the play, but it wasn't where the action was. It was behind them.
The play was over. He was already in the end zone.
And that one's against Republic. So Republic finally talked back and got whistled and flagged. So
17-yard touchdown run.
that's 17-yard touchdown by McAllister.
And the extra point is up and good. So Nixa up 42-14 with 4:16 left here in the game.
So 4:16, and Tigers will get it back, try to put another touchdown on the board. Nixa has done a great job defensively, shutting down Republic. As good as the offense has been for Nixa, the defense has been maybe even a little bit better because this is a good offense for Republic. McCracken, 85 rushing yards on 21 carries. So he's averaging about 4 a carry, but that's way below what I feel like his average was last year. Hull, 14 carries, 36 yards. And Owen Clare, 5 carries, 10 yards. That kick deep and way into the end zone, out the back. So the Tigers will have it on the 20-yard line to start this drive with 4:16 remaining. 381 rush total yards for Nixa, 181 for Republic tonight. Republic still with the edge in total plays. They've run 60. Nixa's run 51, but Republic averaging 3 yards a play and Nixa averaging 7.5. Everybody bunched in tight for the Tigers, and they go up the middle, and is the ball on the ground?
Yep,
and Nixa got it. So they fumbled it on the first play. I didn't see who got it. Pelfrey came out of there. I'm not sure if it was on the exchange, but Nixa's got it back with 4:12 left. And not the way the Tigers wanted to end it. They would have liked to have put together a final drive. Now Nixa's got another opportunity. What was the score last year? 49-14. This one was a much closer game than last year's, or at least it felt that way. But it may end up being the same. It's 42-14 now. And is that the second turnover? No, or is that the third? That's the third because they intercepted it twice, right? First fumble. Or did we not call the one an interception? That's
No.
okay, second. Low snap. And new running back in there, but he bounces off a man, and he's going to go to the end zone. That's Jax Adams, the kid I said was in line to be the starting running back, and there you go. He just did the same thing. Not nearly as big and strong, but he bounced off a tackler and went to the end zone, and that makes it 48-14. .404 remaining. Well, the Tiger faithful down there, the student section, still making a lot of noise, trying to keep the excitement level up. The scoreboard is not cooperating, but they are maintaining their enthusiasm. Extra point makes it 49-14, and that's exactly where we were last year. And this packed crowd has thinned out big time. Only the diehards are remaining. The diehards and the parents. Hard to believe, and this is how explosive Nixa is, but hard to believe it was 28-14 and Republic had the ball early in the half. Had a chance to turn this around and just couldn't put together the drive they needed at the key moment. And then Nixa, so explosive, has pulled away.
And that third quarter felt like Republic was kind of turning the edge there. Scored, interception. You had the onside kick that was recovered by Republic. It felt like we were getting right back in this game.
The kick bounces into the end zone, and Republic will have it on a touchback. So mentioned earlier, but Republic 1-3 coming into the night on opening night. Now they will be 1-4 under Ryan Cornelson, which again is hard to believe given all the success they've had. And our fast facts brought to you all year by Rapid Ship Republic. When Republic champions want to ship fast, they ship with Rapid Ship. And to me, that number is Villasika gets loose, and boy, he's had a nice night. Takes it out past the 30. Jin Villasika with another good run out to the 32. One thing that tells me is that Ryan Cornelson, if he can catch you later in the season after he's seen what you've done, then you're in trouble. But if you're just purely more talented and you play in week one, and there's no opportunity to scout tendencies, the Republic coaching staff doesn't have the advantage in that area that they might have later in the season. And losses to very talented teams in week one have sort of held that up.
And we've talked about every year that Coach Cornelson's been here, it seems like Republic week to week improves.
Yes.
And obviously a lot of teams do that, and that's what you want your team to do, but it seems like there's much improvement. Like literally there's no comparison in, week one versus later, week 7, week 8, week 9 of the Republic team, that if you would show game field and be like, hey, this is the team in week 1 versus week 7, week 8, you guarantee you're going to see a lot more improvement as the season goes on.
Pelfrey picks up the first down out to the 44-yard line. And another big run. That is Pelfrey again. He's down inside the 10, tackled at the 6. Big run by Matthew Pelfrey.
And no flag. I kept looking for a flag to happen way back here, and it was a clean play.
Big gain by Pelfrey, and that puts him over 50 yards for the night.
And I'm going to say that that's probably the biggest play, longest yardage play from scrimmage that Republic's had this evening.
And Villasika tried to turn it up and maybe got a yard out of it. 30 seconds left to go. Tigers will try to get it into the end zone. Down to 14 seconds. They may just have one play left. McCracken gives it up the middle and into the end zone for a touchdown. And that is Pelfrey, who fittingly gets the touchdown after picking up most of the yards on the drive. Matthew Pelfrey right through the middle. And that makes it 49-20. Pelfrey goes in from 3 yards out. Third touchdown of the night for the Tigers, and Peary will try to make it 49-21. Brennan Overstreet gets it down, and the kick is long and right through the middle. And with 6 seconds left, it's 49-21. Well, that'll look a little better, but doesn't really change much, except that when people see that online, see that final score, they'll think, well, 49-21. That was a high-scoring. Sounds more like just a high-scoring game that one team was higher scoring, had the higher, which kind of is what this is. Republic putting 21 on Nixa, even with one of those coming late. But Nixa's got a lot of offensive firepower.
All right. Little pooch kick, and that just goes sailing. Almost into the bleachers. So that is going to be a penalty. They'll mark it off. I assume that Nixa is just going to take a knee.
Well, with 6 seconds left, our scoreboard has decided to beat the crowd and get to the parking lot. So it's gone, and it's 49-21. 6 seconds left, and Nixa will down it. Well, you got a feel for Peyton Shaney, the backup quarterback. Not only did they bring him in at the end, but they made him line up in the shotgun before he kneeled on it. So he got an immediate 3-yard loss, 5-yard loss. That's going to do it. Final score 49-21. Nixa pulls away in the second half. We're going to take one more break and be back to wrap things up after this timeout on Republic Tiger Sports.
Are you looking for a place where love leads the way? At First Christian Church, we're about two things, loving God and loving others. No perfect people here, just a community of real folks walking through life together with grace, faith, and hope. Whether you're new to church or need a fresh start, you'll find a place to belong at First Christian Church of Republic. Republic Christian.
Welcome back. Nixa beats Republic 49-21 to open the season. It was a close game for about 2.5 quarters, and then Nixa just was too much to handle for the Tigers. Rich?
Yeah, obviously Nixa's a great team. They have a lot of athletes at different positions. They're, at least tonight, they're a big play team. And if you take away just a handful of just big plays, this game isn't so lopsided. Republic played great. A lot of, obviously there's going to be some improvement there on the defensive side. There's some new players that we saw that this is kind of their first night of varsity, and they're just flying around. And I expect the defense to be something really great to watch as the season goes on. It's week one. You always take, a win or a loss in week one with a little bit of grain of salt. That does not, determine your whole season. This is a team that's going to get better as the year goes on. You watch film, you figure out what worked, what didn't work, and then you start preparing for Waynesville. So Republic next week will go up to Waynesville, and I believe Nixa hosts Webb City next Friday.
Should be a good one there, and will be, of course, at Waynesville. Been looking forward to this trip ever since they joined the conference. We'll bring it to you live starting about 6:45 with the Hines Street Pharmacy Repmo Football pregame show next Friday night. And remember, every Thursday night at 8 o'clock this year, we're doing the Repmo Football Show presented by Beauty and Wellness Co. And it's been fun so far, and we'll bring in a player and talk to Coach Cornelson and talk about this one and talk about what's coming up with Waynesville next Friday. That's every Thursday at 8 o'clock on Republic Tiger Sports on both YouTube and Facebook. That's going to do it. For Maddie Smith, Jenny Rackley, Steve Rackley, Tim Barnes, Rich Miles, I'm David Brazil. Thanks for watching Tiger Football on Republic Tiger Sports.